Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back, and we're back working in the forest journal, the accordion journal. I'm quite excited about this. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do next in my head since about 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it's one of those keeps me awake because I had an idea and I'm thinking I don't know if it's going to work, but I want to give it a try. So let's see how we go. So let's just have a look, see where we've got to. I haven't got very far really, but then it takes a little while to put together. So we've got our tuck spot in here. It might be a bit big. I could put a nice big journaling card in there, couldn't I? And then we haven't got anything here at the moment, but that doesn't mean there won't be. So I've got plenty of things I can add. Probably make a pocket here of some sort on this side. Then I've got a pocket here. And this is the page I want to work on today. I'm just wondering whether to give it a bit more colour, only because I have been shopping. As I said I might. And I've bought 2 more Distress Oxides. Oops, if I can get hold of them. So I've got the Forest Moss, which is the one I had in mind. So I might add a bit of that just to bring in the darkness of the forest. And there's quite a dark green on here, so maybe that would work as well. And I also bought the Weathered Wood, just because this colour seemed to be a colour that was featuring in the kit. There's quite a lot of a sort of bluey colour in the kit, if I can find it. I probably won't be able to find the bit what I'm thinking of at the moment. But I have got where's it gone? Already I can't find what I want. I've got the backing papers here. And I was thinking of this piece. That has got a very similar look to it. And I thought, well, maybe if I put that bit of that in, it brings everything together a little bit. That was the idea. Anyway, so I'll just pop this in the back of here. And I'll just put that there. And the other thing I've pulled out are a few of my jelly prints. Any that I thought might go in a foresty look. So I might use this for a bit of collaging. I might cut out some leaves from some of this. So there's those bits. I've got these 2 bits. And I've got this one. So I think I might be able to use some of that. In fact, one of these I think I'm going to use for my project today. Actually, I was going to use this, but I think this might work better if I've got enough of it. Let's see which way up I want it to be. I'm just trying to decide which colour I would like. Not which colour, which piece I want to use. This blends in a bit too much. I want something darker, but I was thinking of putting some more dark colour over the top. Now I think I'll stick with this and see how it goes. Just because okay, so my idea, if it's going to work, is to make a tree. Sort of a tree trunk with a sort of a bit of a spreading branch at the top, and see how that might look. So yeah, let's do a little bit of, certainly I think I want a little bit of the forest moss in the background. Maybe more down towards the ground. Don't know, let's try it. So I haven't ever actually tried this technique before. Is putting the ink on the stamp block and smooshing it around. So this, I've seen Barbara does this a lot. There's a bit on there and a little bit of water. Move it around, maybe a bit more. So I haven't done this before, so a little bit experimental. Just move it around a little bit. Actually not as dark as I thought it was going to be. Don't need to worry too much about that side because I'm going to be covering that up. Okay, just gone right over the pocket. Okay. Okie dokie. I think I need a bit of kitchen towel. It's dripped everywhere, but I think it's given another layer of colour, but not quite the colour I was expecting, but that's okay. I quite like the colour anyway. It seems a lot more olivey green than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a really dark sort of browny green. But that's okay. Right. Now let's try this idea of mine. Just going to pop that there. Oh, have I managed to get some on the cover? A little bit, feels a bit wet, but not that it matters because it's all good. All more colour. Right, yeah. Let's try this. And I need a tear ruler. I just need to give it a nice rough edge. And so what I want to do to bring this in a little bit, just try and tear it down as straight as I can. I don't want it, just want it to look rough like a, like a tree would, with the bark being a bit rough on the edge. So I just want a sort of uneven edge. It's probably too long anyway. Let's see how far down it needs to go. It's not far off, actually. I'm going to do this a bit more unevenly, I think. Right. And then I want it to look like spreading branches across the top. This is my idea in my head. So I need a fairly sizable trunk. Let's just bring that a little bit more to a bit more like a point. Get rid of some of these bits. Okay, I know it's not looking very tree-like at the moment, but it's a bit, I'm not looking for something that looks exactly like a tree. I'm looking for something that suggests a tree. Right, let's bring the book back in. See if see how the height will work. So it's going to go like that. Something like that. No, it's still a little bit too long, so it's got to go about there. I'm going to need to cover up this corner because I've still got something there from the book. So that can tuck around, or I can tear it off. So I still need to tear off a little bit more. I'm thinking what I can do is have some fallen leaves maybe around the base, and that will cover up this bit down the bottom here that I don't need to see. Let's see, that's how we're looking. That's better. I think I want it further over, about there, like that. That looks a bit like a tree shape with sort of the leaves beginning to branch out at the sides. Maybe I even need to bring it in a little bit more. I know it'll go over the edge, but over that join, but that's okay. Right, so that's my tree so far. I say I shall probably put some things around the corner here. I'll cut out some leaves and things, and we can have some leaves around here, or some, I don't know, other bits, or a mushroom maybe. The other thing I have, now this is all kind of comes to me in the middle of the night. I'm laying there thinking, how am I going to do this? I had the idea of having a hole here and a fairy hiding in the hole, or she's kind of peeping out from the hole. That's that's my idea. I don't know it'll work. So I'm going to try it, because I can always use the other piece of jelly print if it doesn't work. But the key is not to make the hole too big, so that the whole thing becomes too unstable. I'm just going to cut some bits, and then I'm going to tear. Oh, that was what I wanted to do. I want to colour it on the back first, so that when I roll it back, it's actually still going to look like a bit of tree. So I think probably I need, let's have a think. I think I need some brown ink. I don't know how well this will work, but I think because I want to tear it and roll back the edges to make it look like a tear in the bark. That's the idea. Little hole in the tree where the fairy is hiding, or resting, or just making her little nest. And perhaps a little bit of vintage photo as well. Let's see how it looks when I tear it back. Okay, let's try that. So what I need to do is tear myself a little opening. This was always the bit I wasn't sure how it would turn out. We don't need quite as much paper hanging out as that. Just tear that off a little bit. Because then I can ink up all these white bits. So we have a sort of little opening there. So now I need to find a fairy to pop behind here, and I have So I've got all my fairies here. I mean, I haven't cut them out or anything. I've just cut them into, printed them 4 to a page, and then I've separated them out. So something like her. She looks nice. Not her. So some of them I've just got mushrooms in the wood, so I can use those as well. I might be able to use that at the bottom. I have so many to choose from. This is the question. What colour? Which one would look best? Poking through there. That's quite nice. Oh yes, it's going to be difficult to choose, isn't it? Some of them are bigger. I don't know that one. Well, she's really pretty, but you can't really see the wings. I want to see something of the wing. See that she's a fairy. I don't want to make my hole any bigger. She's a possibility, because I do wonder about cutting around the wings and having them poking out. I'm not sure. I don't think she's quite right. Did I do her? Oh yeah. Not her. She's sweet. Yeah. Oh, she's oh, too many choices. I think she might be a bit big. Yeah. So some of them I've got a more close up, so they're a bit bigger, and she's going to be a bit too big in that frame. Not that one. So, and also I want one that's looking out of the hole. That one might be possible. Not that one. Not that one. Not that. No. No. Nope. Oh, got the same one twice. How'd that happen? She's lovely, but she is a bit too big, I think. Got such a sweet face. Yeah. Too big. Okay, so we'll just choose from ones I've already picked out, I think. I don't need 2 the same. Right, so we've got her. And I'm just wondering, I might just try some of these. Not those. Oh, where's my other scissors? Right, I just thought I'd try if the wings would just sort of peek out the hole or pop out the hole. I don't know if this will work on this one. Just thought I'd try it. Would that work? Hang on. They might be too big. And that's not really going to work, is it? I thought, but it looks a little odd. I think they're just too big. I mean, she's lovely. She's still a possibility. I do rather like her. She looks like she's hiding. Maybe this little wing would poke out a little bit. Where is it? There we are. Just like there's those little wings just escaped. I quite like that. Yeah, I might do that, I think. Let's go with that one. Bit too wide. I'll have to clip her wings a little bit, but they'll be out of sight, so that's all right. All right, let's ink this up a bit more around the edges. Get rid of all that white that's showing. Cut some of these bits off. I don't really want to do it on there, do I? I'm going to make, well, not that it matters because it's going to be covered up anyway. But I think I'll just work on it away from the journal in case I mess something up. Got lots of white bits on the background as well. Another thing I would like to do is add a little bit of gold. So I've got my chunky paint sticks that I bought from the works, which of course is no longer on the high street, or at least not everywhere, and certainly not anywhere near me. So I'm rather glad I've got these. And they're nice to use. I thought I might just do a little bit of gold around the edges of this. Make it highlight it a bit. Okay. Now the other thing I'm thinking I'd like to do, I want to add a little bit more bark effect, I think, to the tree. So I was thinking I should have probably done this before I tore this out, but I didn't want to have to deal with wet paper if I was going to put some paint on it. So I've just got a little bit of the chocolate acrylic paint. I just thought I'd have a little bit and try and see if I can create a little bit of a bark effect with it, with the paintbrush. I don't know if I can. It's all an experiment at the moment, and I'm having lots of fun with that. I'm going to try and sort of do it in a sort of dry brushing sort of a way. wants another colour, another bit of depth to it. That's the idea. Probably I should do it that way because it's a branch. It's going to be, the bark will be going that way, won't it? All right. So we've got that. Okay, it's beginning to, looks a bit tree-like, I think, in my head. It's kind of how I was hoping it would look. They're sort of gnarled and kind of old looking. Right. Just to clear that up before I pop my elbow in it. Okay, so now we need to just want to ink around her little wing a little bit. Maybe I'll put a little bit of gold. Maybe I'll do a little bit of gold on the wing if I can. Just shines a little bit. Okay. I think we need to make sure these bits stick down. Okay, now we'll just see if we can pop her behind there. Have a little wing popping up like that, I think. So I'm just going to put some glue around the outside. I really feel like I'm channeling Barbara from 49 Dragonflies right now. Sort of thing she would have done, I think. Oops. She is. Just make sure it's... Well, I don't need all of this, do I? I can cut it off a little bit. Don't need any more bulk than necessary, do we? I think that's all good. Yeah. I think I should ink around the tree as well, to make sure it does look a good gnarly old tree, doesn't it? Right, so I've just inked around all of that, just gives it a little bit of an edge. And my final touch on this, I think I've got this stamp set by 49 and Market, and there's one that looks a bit sort of barky. Not sure I've ever actually used that one. I've used the others. I thought maybe I'll try that just to give it that final look of a tree. I've got a block here, little block. So I'm going to try this. I don't know how well my Memento black will stamp on the painted surface. We'll see. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just yet again another experiment. I've done a lot of that today and with this journal. So I'm just going to it's coming out quite well actually. Okay, quite like that. Definitely looks more like bark now. Okay, that works. Happy with that. I don't know how well that's come out on camera. If I can hold that up, can you see that? Just a little bit of that little bit of stamping. Hoping that's showing a little bit, but yeah, I think it looks okay. I like that. Right, so let's see how it looks in situ now. Back in. See how we're going. See how it looks now with the. So, yeah, I think that would look pretty good there. I may have to just cut that across there, but that'd be fine. Okay, I think I might glue that in. Yeah. There we are. I think I'll just have to glue her little wing down a bit, as that's going to get damaged. You definitely get the feeling she's peeping out there, don't you? Peeping out of her little hidey hole. Okay. I suppose I could have made this a tuck spot, but you know, I don't know how many things I'll be able to tuck into this journal. I think making it is the fun part. That's my feeling. Okay, I'm just going to trim this across the top here. I think this piece I shall wrap around. It's already got some glue on it. That's all fine. Okay, so it seems to be popping up a little bit here, but Right, so what I need to do now, I think, is to make some leaves to just tumble around the base of the tree. Alternatively, I could put some mushrooms. I'm just not sure about the colour of the ones in this fairy kit. They seem quite bright. Let's have a look at let's have a look at some of those and see if they'll work. I suspect they might not. I'm sure there were more than two. There we are. Oh no, they come with their own fairies. Oh, there's another one. Okay. I love this little fairy kit. They're so sweet, those fairies. The little faces are adorable. So I'm wondering maybe this would work in that corner there. Let's try tearing this down and see if we can get that to, see if that would be a good thing to put on that corner. So let's take you away from this one. It does appear to have some leaves around it as well. So I could put that there and just tear around this. Maybe too big. There. Quite like that. I think I might just go a bit closer to that mushroom. That works quite well actually in that corner. Yeah, and that could be a little tuck spot as well, couldn't it? Oh yes, it could. Yeah, I might do that actually. I hadn't. That was one I hadn't planned on, but I like it. Is it falling off the page? I think it's alright. Oh, I'm just checking I haven't put it too low. Is it sticking out the other side? Not really. No, it's okay, I think. might just put a little bit more glue, not all the way up, just up this side a little bit. So it's not flapping around too much. Right. And do we need a few? Still think I might do a few leaves from some of this paper, this jelly print. That's the word I'm looking for. Just a few, because I don't want to use it all, because I'd like to use some of it for collaging. Just going to draw a few leaves. See how these look. Oh yeah. Oh, they're really pretty, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I've done enough, but I thought I'd just see how it looks. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, they kind of blend in a little bit to the background, but I think if I ink them up, they might show a bit better. But I do like them. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to ink around them with my walnut stain, see if they show up a bit better. Right, so I've inked them up. I think they look a bit better. And I thought if I do that, and I've just got one just tumbling down from the tree there. So I think I'll do that. I'm hoping, I think my glue stick should work on these. Oh, I did them wrong angle. It's falling. Then this one next. And this one. Okay, so there's my leaves around the base of the tree. Got my little tuck spot here of the mushrooms. I love that. It actually looks quite 3D. Makes it really quite come alive. I really like that. And I've got my tumbling leaf coming down from the tree. So I think that's really going to have to be it for today, although I did have another thought. And I don't know if it's going to be overdoing it really. I think it might be overdoing it a bit. Yeah, I was thinking of putting something in the background, but I think that's probably enough, because I'm going to have something here, tucked in here, and I'm going to have another little something tucked in here, so I think that's enough. Yeah, I think that's enough. And then we need to work on this page next time. So I think I will be using some more of the kit to cover some of this up. I think I need to put a bit more colour on here. So I've got a little bit of time. Maybe I'll put a bit more colour on here right now. So let's see. So a bit more of the forest moss, like I did before. And ooh. I love this colour. I think I better dry it before I put another colour on. Right, what colour next? I think maybe some vintage photo, so I don't know if I want to go really dark brown. I think I'll just go with the vintage photo and see how that looks. I've not tried doing it with this. I've not tried doing it with any of them, to be honest. Let's see how that comes out, because this is a distress ink rather than a oxide. I don't know how much juice is left in it. I've had it a long time, but I did re-ink it a little while ago. Okay, I'm getting a bit of movement. Oh, this is quite big to hold. Okay. Alright, let's do a little bit more of that colour. I think I might just do a little bit of the walnut stain as well while I'm at it. Start over here, I think, with this one. Okay. I'm going to dry these. Right, so the last colour I'm going to try is this new one, the weathered wood. So I really don't know how this one will look, but I thought it might tie in with the kit and get the top off. There we go. Oh yeah, sort of like a grey, bluey grey. Let's see, won't we? Okay. Let's try this one. Move the water around a bit, pick up all the colour. Oh, it's quite grey. Yeah, alright. Doesn't look the same as the colour on the cover, that's for sure, but that's alright. Definitely looks kind of bluish on here. Definitely looks like a blue, but it's not really a blue. At least it doesn't look blue to me. There we go. Wow, that's a proper mess, isn't it? Yeah. I think the colour that came closest to the colour in the kit was that paint I used, so maybe I'll use a bit of that next time. But at least now I've done a bit of something or other on here. It'll have a chance to dry, so when we start the next video, and I'll be using some more papers from the kit on here, we'll be able to see how it looks, and it'll be all dry and ready to go. So that's it for today. I will just very gingerly remind you of what we did today, which I love. I love this page so much. It's just how, well, it's actually turned out better than I hoped, to be perfectly honest. I had it in my head and I knew roughly what I wanted to do. But to be honest, I think this bit just finished it off for me, and I hadn't even thought of doing that until I was sitting here. I thought, oh, I wonder if I can put that on there. And I love that. I really do. Okay, so we'll see what we can do next time. And I'll see you then. Bye for now.